They say life has a funny way of testing the strongest hearts. For Elizabeth, Liz, to those who loved her, the test began the moment she chose peace in a world that didn't care for gentle souls. As a teenager, at just 15, she carried a light in her eyes that others often tried to dim. In school, that kindness was mistaken for weakness. She sat alone in class, quietly writing in her notebook, while laughter swirled around her from students who had already decided she didn't belong. In the hallway, whispers followed her. Giggles. A deliberate bump from a girl who barely looked back. "Watch where you're going, Miss Perfect," the girl said with a smirk. Liz didn't fight back. She just kept walking. Her eyes carried the weight of exhaustion, but she never let it slip into anger. Home was her refuge. Her father, David, was her anchor. Her mother, Lillian, her quiet strength. And her two older brothers, Marcus and Tyler, worked hard at odd jobs to help put food on the table. At dinner, her father would ask about school, his voice always warm. Her mother would search her face, sensing the unspoken struggles. Liz would smile and say she was fine. She wasn't. But she had learned the art of hiding pain behind polite smiles. Then, one call in the middle of the night shattered everything. The sound of rain tapped against the window as her mother's hands trembled over the phone. At the hospital, Lillian cried quietly in a chair. Marcus slammed his fist into a wall. Tyler sat frozen. The doctor's voice was gentle but final. There was nothing more they could do. Her father was gone. And with him, so was her light. Life shifted overnight. Bills piled up. Food became scarce. Liz dropped out of school, not because she wanted to, but because there was no one left to pay the fees. For 2 years, she worked wherever she could, waiting tables at a diner, folding clothes in a store, helping her mother keep the house running. She moved through life quietly but with a growing steel inside her. By 18, her reflection no longer showed the same girl who used to bite her tongue and step aside. Her eyes had hardened. She told herself in the mirror, "Enough. I'm not breaking. Not for anyone." She walked back into the school office one day with her chin held high and re-enrolled. She wasn't there to just survive. She was there to finish what she started. When an old classmate tried to provoke her, she stood her ground with a calm, sharp edge that made it clear she wasn't to be stepped on anymore. College was no easier. She studied late into the night, worked by day, and helped her mother in between. Her brothers still struggled, but they were trying, and that mattered. The day she graduated, standing beside her mother with a certificate in her hands, she realized they had done it together. Her first job wasn't glamorous, but it was steady. An office desk, a stack of files, and a paycheck that covered the bills. It was in that quiet little office that another test appeared, this time in the form of unwanted attention. She learned quickly to shut it down. She had not come this far to be reduced to a pretty face. Her closest ally was Leah, a co-worker with a sharp wit and a loud laugh. They stuck together through office politics and judgmental stares from the corner of the room. Liz didn't waste time looking back. She was moving forward. But even the strongest hearts have weak spots. And Liz, she would soon learn that not every pain comes from enemies. One afternoon, a man walked into the office. Tall, clean-cut, with a friendly smile that seemed to belong to another time in her life. Leah leaned in and whispered, "That's the new guy, Jordan Miles. You're welcome." Liz barely glanced his way. "I'm not interested," she replied. She had her heart broken twice before, once by betrayal, once by someone who disappeared without a word. She had no plans to open herself up again, especially not to someone like him. But fate doesn't care about your plans. And Jordan, he wasn't just another man passing through her life. He was the storm she never saw coming, and the calm she never thought she needed.